Good evening and welcome to our 2025 first Stemtech presentation of the year. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the call. My name is Ro, the host, as you can see on the box, and it's my pleasure to welcome you. I know you guys could have been anywhere, but you chose to be with us, and we are grateful and thankful. Guys, we have a great evening in store for you. We have a mixture of things we're going to share. We're going to be going over some product presentation. We're going to be going over some personal testimony when it comes to the products. And then we're going to do at the end our business presentation. So guys, if you haven't seen this before, definitely stay for the whole call. Take lots of notes. Get your notepad, get your tablet, get your phone, whatever it is you take notes on, make sure you do it because we have a lot to share. Guys, our company is not a new company. This company has been around for say it with me, almost 20 years this year. And what's kept us open all these years is the products. Guys, the products are phenomenal. And that is an amazing thing to have a company that has products that can stand the test of time. But before I get into products, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, let me tell you a little bit about me. So like I said, my name is Ro. I'm a native San Franciscan, but I live about 45 miles south of San Francisco in Silicon Valley and Santa Clara. And guys, when this came to me, I wasn't looking for it. But maybe you weren't either, and that's okay because you're still here. And we're so glad that you are. But guys, when it came to me, I didn't have issues with trusting the individual that shared it with me, Mr. Sam Holland, but I did have questions. And maybe you do too. My first question was the products real? Guys, they weren't just real, but they had patents that proved what the claims were being said to do. But this is a unique product, and every single person has a unique experience. And guys, I'm excited because when I found out it was real, I was able to check that box off. The second was there leadership and vision? I found out we had it in droves. They didn't just have vision for where we're going in the future when I got on board almost 5 years ago, but they knew what they were doing. They had the team in place and they cared about the field. That's us. And I'll just tell you, that's important because not always does it work out that way. Now, the third one was culture. Guys, everything that we attach ourselves to, if it's work, church, school, family, what have you, always has a culture. And I found out here that the culture was a culture of cooperation. When you have the corporate staff in the field working together as one unit and they care about each other, legitimately care about you, that's a really good thing. And that's a good culture to grow in. And I'm so thankful because that means a lot to me. And last but not least, timing. Now, guys, maybe you've done something before. Maybe you've invested before. But if you're late on the timing, we both know you're not going to get the money you're hoping for. And guys, we have the timing on our side. And that excites me to no end because all my career in this industry, I've always been just a little late. I'm on time now. And that's all 4 boxes checked and I was ready to go. And with no further ado, I would like to go now and rewind back to talk about products. Guys, our first presenter this evening is going to go over the products and what they offer and do. But we don't just have any ordinary presenter, guys. We have our #1 founding distributor. He doesn't like when we say it, but it's true. He's a Hall of Famer in this industry. But more importantly to me, he's a man that has a huge heart for people. And that resonates with me more than any accolade. And he's going to be sharing with us this evening the product presentation. Oh, yeah. And his name is Izzy Matos. Izzy, are you there?
Absolutely. How are you?
I'm so great, Izzy. Happy New Year to you, sir. The floor is yours.
Terrific. You know, I'm excited to be a part of this call tonight because not only is it the beginning of our first call, the beginning call of the year, this actually marks the beginning of our 20th year in business. And that's important because as Rose said, you can join any company, you can look at any product, but you have to look at the legacy behind that company. And that's really where our story starts, is that particular legacy. Go to the next slide, if you don't mind. Let's tell you a little bit about who we are and how this whole thing started. Now, it says that we were founded in 2005, but let me tell you that the story behind this company goes well beyond that. And people always ask, where did this idea come from? It started 40 years ago when nutritionists, doctors, people in the field were noticing that when people consumed certain aqua botanicals, certain plant-based products, unusual things began to happen in their body, and that science progressed. 20 years ago, we isolated the fact that certain items in the body help regenerate the body in a very unique way. And back then, all of this was basically science fiction. People didn't really know what was going on. It was the fledgling beginning of a brand new science. We tapped into that. And over the course of the last 20 years, this company has done, it says 600 million, but really, folks, it's closer to 700. We pioneered a brand new technology called stem cell technology. And back then, the whole concept behind stem cells was antithetical. Even the Catholic Church was against what we did. But we managed to get the word out. We actually beat some major companies to get that word out because first to market owns the market. We had some incredible history behind us. And just a few years ago, we had a new management team come into play that wanted to expand on the science of stem cells. And of all the companies in the world that these individuals could have invested in, they bought us. Why? Because of that last line. The decades of experience he had in this industry, not just in this industry, but being the pioneer for this industry. And right down there, you can see the accolades that we got. We were featured in more magazines. Our science was talked about everywhere, and people began to understand more about it. Go to the next slide. We're dealing with something called stem cell nutrition. Now, why is this critical? 20 years ago, doctors in the United States, basically around the world, had an inkling that there was something in the body that could help to heal, because we noticed that when we got off of certain pharmaceuticals and into nutraceuticals, things began to happen. We didn't know what that was, but it was the genesis of what we now know to be the concept behind adult stem cells. Now, at that particular point in time, there was a fork in the road. Some people went to a technology that's known as PRP, where we do stem cell transplants. We took the road less traveled, and the results with us were amazing. You see, we identified the fact, and we got a patent for the fact that we could release stem cells in the body. And as those stem cells would release, they would circulate and migrate through the body, and they would do, well, quite frankly, what I've seen in the last 20 years were some pretty amazing things, some bordering on miraculous. Now, we do not cure, we do not heal, we do not treat any illness. What we do is support the basic foundation of what the body has within it, and it is the repair, restore, renewal system. Now, that sounds like a lot, but really what it boils down to is creating a scenario in the body that occurs naturally. It is the 13th repair system in the body. You've got circulatory, you've got the cardiac, you've got the skeletal. It's all there. But scientists realized that there was one more, and that was the repair system. And that is what we're tapping into. Now, the other fork in the road was where they would nowadays tap into bone marrow, extract stem cells, re-inject them in there. And that is expensive. It is invasive. It's also not always effective, because you see, when you do that, science has proven that about 90% of those cells don't work. So you can introduce those stem cells to deal with any number of issues, but you're going through a painful process. It's going to cost you a lot of money, and only about 10% of those cells will actually become effective. Why? Because it's not really the way the system is designed to work. It's kind of a short circuit in it. You see these football players, you see all these athletes, you see celebrities. I remember years ago when a singer that was very popular back then named Don Ho developed a degenerative cardiac disease. Now, what did he do? He left the United States because there was no way to do any treatments for that in the States, but he went back to the Philippines where they were pioneering stem cell transplants. That saved his life. It extended his life. It improved the quality of life. But our path, the path that was least taken back then, was allowing the body to repair, restore, and renew itself by the stem cells that are nascent in the body. In the previous slide that we showed you, those stem cells are in there. They're in your bone marrow, primarily in the hip. It takes time for them to migrate, but here's the trick, guys. You can spend thousands, tens of thousands on these types of stem cell therapies with really no guarantee that they're going to work. But literally, for less than a couple of cups of coffee a week, you can use our product which will create the same effect. It'll release those adult stem cells, help them to migrate, but for pennies on the dollar, more than 90% of those stem cells will work. Why? Because it is working within the normal system that the body is designed to do. It's not a short circuit. It takes time for them to migrate to where the body needs it. The body will triage itself. And that's what we pioneered. We took the path least taken to provide a better, more effective, cost-effective, least invasive, natural way to improve the quality of life that people can enjoy, avoiding or helping to avoid all these issues that seem to plague us these days. Now, as I mentioned, when we first started with this was radical. People didn't understand what stem cells could do. Today, everybody understands the effect of stem cells. And quite frankly, they are the most important part of your body, the most important component in there. When we're young, like that little child, we are releasing millions, billions of adult stem cells. And those become connective tissue. They become bone tissue. They become blood cells. They become organs within the body. It's what helps us grow. But more importantly, it's what helps us heal. If you notice, a child recovers from an injury far faster than a senior citizen. Why? Because of what it says here. As we get older, typically to around the age of 20, 30s, right around there, the amount of stem cells declines dramatically, as you see in that graph. And what does that mean to you? It means that that's where unwellness begins. That's where we start to experience those deficiencies in the body. That's where we can't walk up the stairs as quickly. That's where we can't play pickleball as long as we want to. That's where those fine lines and wrinkles begin to come in, where we lose some hair, where we lose that vitality. What if there was a way where you could extend that quality of life, where your body would maintain that vitality, where you weren't afraid of the decomposition? Well, that's where our RCM system comes into play. Using natural products, natural ingredients sourced from around the world in the best and most expensive of locations, we created a system that would allow your body to function not the way it does today, but the way it did back then. The heart and soul is the release product, the SR3. That is the component that breaks the bonds that hold the stem cells in place. Once those stem cells are released, they'll enter into the bloodstream and begin that triage work. They will spot where they need to go, but they need help. You see, as we get older, we occlude, we block our circulatory system. You get those cold hands and cold feet. That's because your circulation isn't working well. And if you can't circulate well, those stem cells can't migrate well. So we created our Circulate product, StemFlow. I kind of call it the Roto-Rooter of our products. Why? Because it goes into the circulatory system and it cleans out those blockages that prevent the stem cells from circulating properly. It's kind of like a vasodilator. Not only does it clean them out, it opens them up. So the stem cells have a very clear runway to go through. But that last product, the MigraStem, that is critical. Why? Picture your body with pain points throughout. We get old, things hurt. You know, we wake up like a box of cereal, snap, crackle, pop, our knees pop, our joints hurt. The body has all these different points that are afflicted because they're decomposing, so to speak. Not exactly the right word, but there's that one that really needs help. So picture your body like an apartment filled with blueberry pie. The fragrance is everywhere. And that stem cell has to zero in on one particular blueberry pie. You can imagine all these billions of blueberry pies, how difficult that is. But it is sending out a signal. The MigraStem amplifies that signal. So it helps with the triage. So once that stem cell is released, it knows exactly where to go. That's why I said, when you have a traditional stem cell treatment done these days, they implant it. It's kind of a short circuit. So not all of them know where to go or they get confused. But when you have a system that works in conjunction with the body's natural format, where it naturally releases because the cell got injured, it's dying, it needs to be replaced, where you have a system that helps that stem cell get to where it needs to go and through it, do whatever it needs to do ancillary to those issues, because it's not just one cell going out, it's a lot of them, but they're zeroing in. And finally, giving those stem cells the opportunity to identify correctly what needs to be done. That system can change the quality of your life in ways that you could never imagine. At 66 years old, I've been on this product now for a little over 20 years. And I joke about this. My friends think that I've either made a pact with the devil or I have a picture of Dorian Gray somewhere, because I still have a lot of vitality. I walk 3 miles every day. I still have, I'll say, most of my hair. I would also say that I have most of my sense of humor, but I'm a married man and my wife doesn't think I'm the least bit funny. None of these products will help with that. But the quality of life that I enjoy, I know, is predicated on the fact that I've been an ardent taker of these products for as long as I have. And I know that if they work for me, they'll work for you as well. One of the things that people also ask is, how do we know that this is real? It's because we've invested in the science. We have patents on our product world round. There have been clinical studies that were published, medical reviews inside of medical journals, attesting to the fact that when stem cells migrate, they do the repair, restore, and renew mechanism. So this isn't some voodoo science, such as people thought 20 years ago when we launched this. This isn't something that was invented yesterday. We have taken this product around the world. We've sold in excess of 10 million bottles. We are the pioneers and the tip of the spear in what we now call, and we've trademarked this, Stemceuticals. On this side, you've got what everybody recognizes to be the gold standard, which is pharmaceuticals. And they pump you full of these products, and you watch TV like I do, there's always these crazy claims. If you take this, don't do that, you're liable to do this, you're liable to do that. Over here, you've got the nutraceuticals, which is where the world is going back to, using natural methodologies to improve the quality of life, to make sure that we live long, fulfilling lifespans. Nestled in the middle between pharmaceutical and nutraceutical is a better way to go at it. Using the body's own stem cells to repair, restore, renew the body to increase and improve the quality of your life. That's what Stemceuticals is all about. One-of-a-kind products. They're all natural. They work. They're guaranteed. It's not an overnight process. You need to take it for a short while to make sure that they work. But folks, it's your body's own repair system that we're doing. It's like pumping a 20-year-old engine with jet fuel to make sure that it kicks into gear and works correctly. Try it. You'll see for yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Izzy. Guys, please give him a round of applause. You know, such an honor to have Izzy on our call and to share that information. I hope you guys took notes. Guys, we're going to keep on going. I'm excited to introduce this next gal. Her name is Mary, and she's been on the call before, but she has a tremendous testimony that she wants to share, and I hope you guys find value in it. And just to give you some background, she's a teacher. She works in the high school system, and she's all about the science. So guys, with no further ado, it's my pleasure to welcome Mary to the call. Mary, you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. The floor is yours.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the invite. And just listening to Izzy tonight brought back a little bit of some memories. Now, as he went over the science, I love science. I'm a science major, and I love learning about the human body, which is why I have a human development degree. I'm gonna go ahead and step outside here. Now, one thing about this whole RCM and Stemtech, I wasn't looking for it, nor did I even care. But it comes at a blessing. I'm going to tell you that, because for me, being a 41-year-old single mom who has to go from soccer practice to wrestling practice to dance practice, because I'm also a dancer. I've been teaching dance for 25 years. I'm on the go, 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 go. I have no time to stop. I have to make sure that I'm up in the morning and then hit afternoon practices from one end of town to the other end of town, and then make sure I'm at home at 6:30 to make sure dinner is on the table. So you can tell I'm always just on my last fume sometimes. But when Stemtech was introduced to me, I needed it so bad, because my stress, my wear and tear, my cells was really running down. I was in a car accident in 2010 where I completely shattered and have a lot of nerve damage in my neck and my upper back to my lower back, which really brings in a lot of pain that I have to cover up because I'm so used to dealing with the pain. Not only that, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which nobody ever wants to deal with that. So I had to change my whole lifestyle and learning how to eat well and do physical activities and go to the gym, which I don't like to do either. But sadly, I was also in a situation where I needed to change everything about me, but I didn't know how and I didn't know where. Stemtech came to me, this RCM came to me when I needed it the most, and me not knowing what was available to me. And now listening to Izzy and all his science, I'm just going, yeah, this is a load of baloney. I don't believe it. But me, knowing science, I'm like, I'm going to try it. I tried that. I tried RCM, all three of those in 24 hours. This is for me. Now, I'm giving you my testimony because what RCM will do to you is completely different than what it will do to me. Now, it's not going to cure my diabetes. It's not going to cure my high blood pressure. And it's definitely not going to cure the pain in my shoulders, my neck, and my back. But it is helping. So my first round, my first day of RCM, 24 hours, I felt like I drank like 10 energy drinks, mentally and physically. I woke up super early. I'm always an early riser because I have to, not because I want to. After the first round of RCM, I was up early at 5 a.m., ready for my first cup of coffee, started my weekend deep cleaning my home. At 10:30 at night, I still had this energy and went to the gym for 2 hours without any soreness the next day. I'm sorry. If you want to try something that might be something for you, that might help you, that might help stimulate you in your bodies and help you in your lifestyle, I don't care what age you are. Like I said, this RCM will do something to you that did something to me. I don't know how fast it'll work for you, but I know it worked wonders for me. Give it a try and you will see that the science that Izzy just talked about really does work. Thank you, guys.
Right on. Thank you so much, Mary. And you know what? I'm so glad that I was the one to bring this to Mary. I'm glad that I shared it with him. We don't know who needs it, guys, so just keep sharing. Guys, we're going to go ahead and move on. Thank you again, Mary. Thank you, Izzy. We're going to go on to Annabelle. And guys, she's been here before as well, and her story is also profound. And she's going to give you a little bit insight of who she is and what she's done. And she's pretty awesome also. And it's my absolute pleasure to welcome her to the call. Annabelle, you there?
I am. Thank you, Ro.
You're so welcome. It's all yours.
Mary, that was an absolutely very, very touching story. And it brings me a lot of joy knowing that that Stemtech helped with that, as they did with me. I kind of was in the same, I'm not a science major, but I am a theorist. I like to test theory. When I was diagnosed with Addison's disease November a year ago, I had given up all hope on anything that was going to correct what I was experiencing. And if you don't know about Addison's disease, it's very painful. I was blacking out so many times in a day that I just stopped counting. I was passing out. I was crawling most days. Sometimes to avoid hurting myself, but sometimes just because the pain was so much that I couldn't walk. My vision was blurry. There was nothing that could be done other than what I was doing until I found Gail. I'm also having some cardiac issues, which strangely, since I've been taking RCM, I literally went to my cardiologist yesterday and told him that the symptoms I was having have not quite, but almost gone away, even my cardiac stuff. But in 5 days, I know it started working on day one, but I had literally gotten out of the hospital 2 days before I start from an Addison's crisis, multi-organ failure. I was waiting for my last day, literally. And it's not that I wanted to die. I didn't want to die. I wanted it. I wanted the pain to go away. I wanted all of it just to stop. I wanted my life back, and I wasn't living, I was existing. On day 5 is when um, the pain nearly, I'm having pain now, but I'm having 52-year-old pain. That's what I'm supposed to be having. The pain that was so excruciating that I didn't want to exist anymore is gone. I had one dizzy spell last week. In the last 7 weeks since I've been taking this, I've had 3 dizzy spells and no blackouts. And the spells were so minor. They would come on, I'd recognize it, and I'd adjust. And then it was gone within seconds. Not on the floor with a busted head or, a cut or bruises. It's not like that. In 5 days, I was able to get my life back where I can live it again and stop existing in a life just waiting for my end. And honestly, not really praying for it, but if it happened, I didn't care because it was just too much. And now I get to live my life again. And it's because of RCM. It's because of Stemtech. There's all the medications that they've had me on, all the infusions that I've been going through, all the shots that I got, sometimes 3-4 times a week, depending on how bad the crisis was, which I felt like I was living in a constant state of crisis. I kept asking the doctors, is this as good as it gets? Like you can't, before Addison's, I was in the gym 6 days a week, twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. I ran and races. Um, I was an extremely health conscious person. And I didn't know why I ended up with Addison's disease, but I can tell you it's not from my way of life. It just happened. And RCM, I'm not saying it didn't cure it. I can't stop taking my medication ever. It just can't happen. I have to stay on it. But that medication didn't give me what RCM did. That medication did not give me my life. It was just allowing me to stay alive. RCM is allowing me to live my life again. And I want everybody, especially the people that were like me, that weren't ready to give up, but it was so much that you just couldn't fight anymore. I want everybody to have that opportunity to have Stemtech in their life, to be able to take RCM where it changes them from just trying to get through today to looking forward to, in my case, spending time with my grandkids. I actually was able to play with my grandkids last time I was there. And you know what? They noticed it. They noticed I wasn't blacking out trying to hold the volleyball pole. I just was standing there holding and blacked out in front of my grandkids. Do you know how, number one, embarrassing that is?
Yeah.
And painful to see the looks on those babies' faces and wonder what's happening to grandma?
Right.
Stemtech changed that.
So
Stemtech
awesome.
changed that for me. And I want to make sure everybody has this opportunity because everybody deserves it. I have every reason to wake up every day. I'm not saying I don't get up, like Izzy said, you know, feeling like auditioning for The Walking Dead, because that's what it feels like in the mornings trying to get out of the bed. And you're like, oh, I can't move. But that's 52-year-old problems. That's not Addison's disease. That's not Addison's disease. But I can tell you this, my pain is controlled all the way. my pain, I can see I don't have to get new glasses again. My vision is no longer blurry. My pain is no longer there. My heart palpitations have nearly stopped. The the pain in my ears, it, it's a miracle in a bottle. It literally is a miracle. And it may not be everybody's miracle, but it's my miracle. It's mine. And I'm grateful.
That's so awesome, Annabelle. You know, we're so thankful for you. We're thankful for Mary, and guys, there's a lot of testimonies that are still yet to be heard. There's ones that are part of these groups, that people that are here right now, and there's some that are yet to come. And you know, there's many stories to be told, and I'm extremely thankful for you sharing your story with us, Annabelle. Thank you
Thank
so much. You're very welcome. So, guys, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna have our last presenter come on. Guys, if you don't know who he is, his name is Sam Holland. And if you know our relationship, I've known him this year 20 years. That's a long time. And guys, I follow this gentleman because of his character. He's a leader amongst leaders. He's a leader's leader, and he knows how to help people win and succeed. And he's going to go over this evening the business presentation. And I hope you have your notepad still out, and you're done using your tissues, because those last two stories will bring you to tears. So without no further ado, it's my absolute pleasure to welcome Mr. Sam Holland, our own double diamond. Sam, you there? Probably need to.
Oh,
Oh, you're
thank you
unmuted.
kindly. All the speakers, guys, you moved me. The stories, that's what this is all about. I heard the CEO of the company, his name is Charles Arnold. I heard him say this, and it really moved me. He said, our products are so good, they work so well. They deserve to be in everybody's home. And that is our mission. That is our purpose. We know this. It works 100% of the time and 100% of people. We just need to help people understand why. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the business side. Keep in mind, if you love helping people, you love making a difference, the business flows right in with this. At the end of this presentation, you get an opportunity to take a look at the whole picture. And guys, we're excited that you're here. So, key ingredients for the perfect business. There has to be a demand. Are there human beings out there? Are they aging? Do they have stem cells? Obviously, the answer is yes to all of that. Are products proven, time tested, validated, patent protected? There. Companies and partners. Companies been around almost 20 years. We started this industry. We're the reason this industry exists as of now. We are proud and honored to be part of Stemtech. Systems and teams. You don't have to know everything. The beauty is there's a system in play that you can tie into. It's not a full-time gig where you have to drop everything. You got a team of people that are going to wrap themselves around you and help you develop, help you grow, help you build, and then success and profit. That is so simple. How much time do I have to put in? How much money do I have to put out? And what's going to be my return? These are the questions you want to ask yourself no matter what business, no matter what investment you're looking at to make. Now, Rod talked about this earlier, but we're going to talk about Mr. Warren Buffett on timing. This is the S curve. When I saw this, it blew me out of the water. There's three stages. There's the pioneering stage, there's a momentum stage, there's a stabilization stage. He says up here, you must, not you should, not you want, you must position yourself in the front of the growth curve. Not in the middle, not at the end, but at the inception. And then realize that the window of opportunity is always closing. So work like there's no tomorrow. What's so exciting about the stem cell world is everybody's going that direction. STEM tech is the pioneer. STEM tech is the gold standard. STEM tech is down here in the first 10% of the company. All the growth is in front of us. Meaning this, is it the best time in the world to go buy a blockbuster video rental store? Obviously, the answer is no. But when I was a kid growing up, that was the hottest investment you can make, correct? They were on the front end of that trend. We are right here with Stemtech, and the growth in front of us is exciting. And we're looking for partners with integrity, partners with excitement of life, who want to go out and help serve, help create, help build. Guys, timing's right for you with this opportunity. We're publicly traded. Why is that important? It's a blessing, but it's also a very high standard, meaning this. Being publicly traded, we're an open book. We have nothing to hide. All our products are guaranteed. We're not asking you to get on the RSM hoping it works. If you stay on it long enough, it works every single time. We know that. But because we're publicly traded, we got to open our doors, open our books, show everything up front. And why I love that is because we are the foundation. We have nothing to hide, and we're looking for the people that want to participate and grow and be part of something absolutely amazing. The leaders of the company, Charles Arnold, CEO. He's a turnaround specialist, done it for over 40 years, knows what he's doing. Took prepaid legal from 40 cents a share to $50 a share. Has had tremendous success. John Meyer, heart and soul of the company. Been on board since 2006. Not only does he love Stemtech, but he loves the vision of what we've created and what we're doing. And we're following his lead. We're excited to be here, and we're excited to be working with him. Sandra and Alejandro, they're in the field. They're the guys out there in the middle of the trenches doing the work, making things happen. Incredible leaders who know the industry, know the company, and knows exactly how to help you. And then you got Daryl Green. Think about this. That guy right there is the ex-president of GNC Nutrition. Ran that company with $3.2 billion in sales. Understands the industry. I spent 45 minutes on the phone with him. About 38 minutes in the conversation, I finally said, Daryl, with all your success, with all the money you made, you still own 13 GNCs. Why are you here? In his words, floored me. He said, Sam, in all my years of running Stemtech, seeing every all-natural product on the planet, we've never seen a product line that can do what this can do. He said, my significant others in the stem cell therapy world. He goes, I know the future. Everybody's heading towards stem cells. That's where everybody wants to be. And when I had the opportunity to be on the front end of Stemtech, for me, it was a no-brainer. The moment I heard that, I knew right away, right place, right time, right leadership. How do you get on board? This is a business opportunity. If you want to be just a customer, you can become a VIP. Costs nothing to sign up. A VIP cost is $154 a month. That's wholesale pricing that we all pay for. That's a month's supply of the RCM. I've been on it for 5, 6 years almost. If you want to be a business partner, meaning this, most people, if they start off as a VIP, they get their story and then they start referring, and then it just makes sense to be a business partner. The expense is $350, $349.99. What does that include? Everything in the business. You get the a month supply of all the products, so you can get your own story started, but it also gives you the business in the box where you have everything you need to go out and build a business. Keep in mind, I owned a garbage compactor company for 20 years. Made one mistake in the first month of business, cost me $18,000. $349 and you're getting a month's supply of products. To me, where's the risk? That's exciting. What does it come with? The corporation, they do all production, quality control, shipping, customers, R&D, website, IT, legal, compliance, marketing, events, promos. They do all the back end work. That's 70, 80% of any typical business, all done by Stemtech. What we do is we educate, we teach the individuals the value of what this will do inside of them, and then how to build a business. And then we sign them up online, and Stemtech takes care of everything else. Guys, I've signed up VIPs and customers and distributors 5 years ago that order every single month, and I get paid residual income from the orders from the sign up I made 5 years ago. Residual income is the key word. How much residual are you making at your job? This gives you that opportunity to own what you're doing. Now, you invest $349. How do you get your money back? Our goal is to help you grow. We don't do it for you, we do it with you. We teach you a system. Our goal is to help you find 3 people in the first 30 days that want better health and maybe better wealth. And they sign up as a business partner. You make $150 for the 3 signups. You do that in the first 30 days. You get paid an additional 150. That means you made 300 bucks. Not bad. You invested 349, got paid back 300 your first month. Now, how do you cover your overhead? Your overhead is your monthly expense on your products. You sign up 4 VIPs one time and they continue ordering. You realize you don't pay for your products anymore? You can offset the cost by signing up 4 people who just want the products and nothing else. Guys, I've had people sign up 20, 30, 40 VIPs. You add up the numbers. But I haven't paid for products in 5 years because it's a simple process. Why? Because everybody's looking for what we have. Now, how do you create more? Well, your second month. You help your 3 people do exactly what you did, which is find 3 people who want better health and better wealth, and then help them find 4 people who want just the health benefits. You cover their overheads, no more money coming out, and you get paid an additional 500 bucks. So now you made $800 in your first 2 months. I know that's not a lot of money, but it's the principle, not the amount. You can duplicate those numbers much larger if you decide to help more people. The beauty is the system's proven, the system's in play, and the system is there for you to work it and to profit from it. We do it through social selling, laptop, cell phone lifestyle, weekly corporate training calls, personalized websites, all done for you, back end office, tracking, management tools, all turnkey. I don't do any of that. I log in, it's all done for me. We do teach how through social sharing, through Zoom meetings, how you can tie people in from all over the world, and they can be part of this. They can get support, they can get growth, and they can earn an income. Guys, as a company, we're thrilled for so many different reasons. But the biggest reason is we know there's somebody on this call that gets it. There's somebody on this call that's going to take this to thousands of people, which will lead to hundreds of thousands of people, which will lead to millions of people. Why? Because it works. Why? Because as I said when I started this presentation, the products are so good. They work so well. Every home on the planet deserves this. Stemtech's beliefs. Vision, world leader, cellular nutrition powered by natural stem cell technology. Our mission, offer innovation, wellness, and prosperity through an opportunity that empowers people to create their own future. Imagine now, imagine if you didn't have to go to work anymore. Not putting down work, but what if you could replace that income? Our motto, driven by science, powered by dreams, possibly your dreams. And the pillars are innovation, wellness, and prosperity. Guys, we're honored and proud to be here. We're excited. I thank you for the opportunity to share this information. Mr. Rowe, go ahead and close us out, sir.
So guys, you heard a lot this evening. You heard a little bit about our products from Mr. Izzy Matos. You heard testimonies from both Mary and Annabelle. And we finished it off with Mr. Sam Holland with how this business wraps around it all. I hope you are taking notes. I hope you're excited. I know I am. Guys, this concludes our call. Keep in mind we do this every Wednesday at the same time, the same information, but bring people with you. If you're brand new, bring someone with you. If you're not brand new, do the same thing. We also have a call that's a training call on Mondays on this same line. So we encourage you all to show up and bring a smile. With all that being said, we thank you for your time, and this concludes our evening. Have a great night, guys.